Hey guys, Stormtrooper here with another video, and I wanted to discuss these AI-generated Stormtrooper vlogs that are becoming quite popular quite quickly, and how that impacts what's going on, not just in Hollywood, but in the Star Wars community and in the Star Wars content community. Ever since the release of AI video generator Google VO3, there has been an avalanche of novel videos making use of the cutting-edge technology, bringing Bible influencers to life, and even an AI ad ran on the NBA Finals. Yes, and actually, they were using AI for ads even before this, for certain things. So the Google VO3 just took it to another level. It made it so that people that knew less about how to do it were able to get into the door. And I say that as somebody whose brother knows how to do AI before Google VO3 and was making advertisements using AI even as back as 2-3 years ago. So this technology has just made it more accessible for more people, which has implications. But the latest trend social media users may have noticed filling their algorithm is vlogging stormtroopers. The faceless soldiers who are stripped of personalities in the original movies have been given a new lease on life thanks to AI video tech. The entire Instagram page called Stormtrooper Vlogs has been set up and has already attracted well over 300,000 followers. GameRant reports the videos mainly focus on a couple of stormtroopers, with one guy called Greg providing much of the entertainment thanks to his ineptitude. Okay, so there you have it. And we'll see some actual footage of it. Meanwhile, an AI YouTube channel called Demon Flying Fox riffed on the recent protests in Los Angeles by creating a video showing stormtroopers arriving in the city to help keep the peace.
What's up, rebels? Just landed at LAX. The Emperor deployed us to restore galactic order. Time to defend democracy.
Arrested one illegal alien. Situation under control.
Crowd density just spiked outside City Hall. Let's establish a presence. Engaged in psychological warfare.
Unidentified mobile unit approaching. Unknown intent.
Endor was a jungle. You knew who the enemy was. Here, there are no Ewoks. Somehow...
So you can see they've done a pretty good job. While there are consistency issues in the video, the AI clips, which were created by text prompts, allow for creative projects and novel entertainment. However, this latest Google VO3 trend most surely raised eyebrows over at Disney, which holds the rights to Star Wars since it just filed a joint lawsuit along with Universal against the AI image generator Midjourney for infringement copyright. The suit specifically mentions that Midjourney can make unauthorized reproductions of Disney characters, including Darth Vader, the Stormtrooper's field commander. The first major AI copyright trial is currently underway in London between Stability AI and Getty Images. The latter accuses the former of taking hundreds of thousands of photos from its vast archive and using them to build products. Something's amiss here. I think the lawsuit specifically mentions that Midjourney can make unauthorized. I think they meant to say can't make. That's why they're suing them. Okay. So there's that implication, right? We're going to start to get into the creation of the standards of law now. Sorry, I just dumped coffee again. Every 6 months when I make videos, I dump coffee somehow. It's an idiot. So they're going to start now to create the new system of laws, like I was saying, and what limits there's going to be on people making this stuff, because this is separate from fair use in terms of the transformative aspect. Like if you take something and if I show a quick clip of something and then I analyze it and talk about it, that's fair use. That's you're transforming it. But this is different because you're making a new product, which technically would be transformative. However, you're using characters and visuals and stuff that are copywritten. Like I couldn't just go and make an ad for Script Trooper channel using Darth Vader. I don't think, right? Because that's using the likeness that is owned by Disney. So that's a bit of a tricky one. The other side of this too, though, that I want to talk about, and this is sort of the bigger issue, is that they are probably going to try and stifle this, not just for the fact that, okay, we think you're using our copyrighted stuff and you're making money off of it, but also, which we already saw with Star Wars Theories Vader 1, where they demonetized it. But what they're also doing this, I think, for is also to stifle the use of this, because we are getting dangerously close to the point where they're going to have to compete with this. And I don't think they want to compete with this. And like the title says, this is the worst possible time for AI to be coming out and getting to be this easy to use and this good. Because Star Wars as a brand has gone down. It's gone down a lot. And they're spending exorbitant amounts of money and getting very little in return. Even like Andor, for example, with a $650 budget, Andor didn't make a dime. Not a single cent. It did have a little bit of an upswing for a week there. What was it? Late May. But that's not going to be enough to bring in enough subscriptions to Disney Plus to justify the budget that it had. There's some people that say, "Oh, it made $300 million or something." Okay, well, it cost $650, so it's a big fat loser monetarily wise. Obviously, The Acolyte, big loser. Even some of the other shows, Ahsoka and stuff, might have made a little bit of money, barely, but that's not what you're trying to do. You're not spending all this time to break even or make $10 million. You're doing it to make a large amount of profits that you can use to expand your brand with. So the timing of this is bad. And so I can see them wanting this to be put down and stopped because of that very fact. And the big part of this is when you look at where it's gone, where it started and where it is now. Even if you just look at the last year or two with AI tech, if it goes at the pace it's going now, which with technology it tends to speed up in terms of improvements over time. So the pace doesn't stay the same, but let's assume the pace of the increase in the technology stays the same. That means year over year, it's just going to get better and easier, and it's going to get to the point where they're not going to be able to compete because they don't have good ideas, right? Most of their ideas have been pretty terrible, Disney Star Wars. So if a fan came along with good ideas and then could also create them with text prompts in a very short amount of time, and that is superior to what Disney has been giving, that's a huge problem for them. Huge problem for them. Because the last thing they want to see is the Star Wars brand get into the hands of fans in a way that is a direct competitor. They love fans talking about it. They probably don't even totally mind this Stormtrooper stuff because it's silly, right? It's just sort of a fun, silly thing, and it promotes Star Wars. But what if this was like an actual, film? What if it was a 2-hour-long movie about a real Star Wars story, something from the EU or something, where you can use you can inspire your text prompts with the novel you're reading, whether it was the Thrawn trilogy or something else. That's going to create problems. And even when you see the Thrawn fan film that somebody made a number of years ago where I think they used Unreal or they used one of those video game engines, it's not great, like visually. It's decent enough. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like it's terrible or anything. For the time, it was good. I think they could live with that. But imagine if that was done, and that thing won like awards and stuff. Imagine if that was done with AI where it was completely realistic, right? It didn't look computerized. It looked totally real. And the voice quality and the sound quality and everything else was so much better, which is what this is bringing. That's a big problem. So I think they're at the point where they're like, we have to find a way to stop this. Because if they don't, this huge contingent of fans that they've now lost, I would say probably 50% of their fans, easily, are gonna be drawn into this, and they're no longer even going to discuss Disney Star Wars. So right now they discuss Disney Star Wars, which feeds the algorithm, but they're just not even going to bother with that, and that's going to be a big problem for them. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. It'll be interesting to see where these lawsuits go, this Midjourney one and others. And it'll be interesting to see how long these guys can keep making these videos, and if they are going to allow these funny Stormtrooper videos, or if they are going to put them down as well, or at least attempt to. That's where we're at. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like, subscribe. It always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.